It's time to make our dreams not memes with Infinite Shaladrassil Shaman. The idea behind this is Nobundo actually works in combination with Shaladrassil if you do corrupt it. This meaning, if you use something like Gem in order to corrupt your Shaladrassil in your hand, you'll get infinite bounces back to your deck for scrapbooking student, thus allowing you to get infinite charges of the new location. And then you'll also be able to do at least 5 damage to your opponent's board every single turn and their face. And also on top of that, buff up whatever minion you might have laying out on the board by +5/+5 every single turn. Now for the one guy, first thing you're going to be watching out for is going to be draw power cards such as Fey Trickster. This gets you your Shaladrassil real quickly, but bird watching is also pretty good. Then you're going to be looking for any of the Terran cards not named Gem, as they will allow you to get your Starships online quickly so you can slam down the Gem later on. And then finally, any removal tools such as Lightning Storm, especially in aggro matchups, are great to keep. Now, with that all being said, let's look at some games. Okay, DK, let's see what they have in store for us. DK could be fun. I know Leech DK got nerfed, so it might not be that, but I think people are still running the Leech cards in a Pure Blood DK list, which is kind of interesting, because that is definitely a list that I have a soft spot for. I love Vampiric Blood. I love the idea of scaling up your HP as much as possible, and that's probably why I wanted to do the Leech stuff, but I think everyone's seen enough of it that we're going to skip out on it. I'll come up with something more interesting with DK in the future. Ooh, Ysera. It is worth mentioning, actually, thinking about it. Ysera might be a card that we could easily include in this list as a way to scale up our mana a little bit higher so we can make use of every single one of the Dream cards every single turn instead of having to have some that carry over per turn. But I don't know. It really just depends how we want to do it in the long run. All right, we have the 2 most important cards in our hand right now. The nice thing about this deck is all the cards that would have made this deck not possible are... excuse me? I mean, if you hate Imbue that much, I guess sure. You know what? If Imbue gets popular enough, maybe I'll make a, like, a rage-inducing, like, list. I don't know what class it would be. The last time I did it, it was in Paladin, but... Shaman would actually probably make sense. I do still want to do something with Murlocs. Again, I just don't know what class it would be. It probably would have been Shaman, but then I had a few different Infinite Shaladrassil lists that I wanted to try out. And the original one was using Kragwa because I thought it... I didn't know if Nobundo would work with Shaladrassil, but since they changed how the Shaladrassil works with, like, Ursul, I assume we might be in a decent position for it to also work, and it turns out I was correct. Which made me happy, actually. I don't expect anyone else to try to make a deck like this work, but it is pretty good. It's amazed me at how consistent this deck feels. I think I should probably include a Dirty Rat. We're not running Dirty Rat yet, but Zarimi Priest has been kind of the problem, and including a Dirty Rat could maybe help us out there. I mean, we could always get lucky against Zarimi Priest, but why rely on luck when we can hard run a Dirty Rat and maybe drag it out of their hand? Because it isn't like Priest is going to be running a bunch of cards to bounce it back, right? Also, the other reason why I went with the Terran package as, like, the other package within this list is it makes sense as a survivability tool, just a bunch of armor capabilities, so additional survivability and such, while also just having a card within the archetype that, like, automatically corrupts Shaladrassil, which is nice, and very searchable too, you know? Like, if we had a little bit of extra space, we could do stuff with, like, the Curator and Ysera, but we really are kind of struggling for space, I'm not gonna lie. But it is, you know what? We could actually maybe cut the Trickster out and just rely on Triangulate to get a Shaladrassil, but then it puts 3 more in the deck, and that's not always useful. Because then you'll have to use it eventually, and yeah. I don't know. Maybe we don't do that. But it could make room for Ysera, which wouldn't be bad. Okay, so a little bit of Leech still. No, Hex actually is pretty good. And then we can just AoE twice and then triangulate and see what we can grab. Bird watching is pretty good. Just gets some minions out of our deck. Cycles through it pretty well. Sadly, we don't have the Starship piece that does 2 damage to the entire board. Though, if we draw into our second Molten Magma here, okay, and our Bird watching, that's fine. Might as well grab Shutter Block. Grab a Starship piece. Perfect. Oh, you know, technically speaking, if that had grabbed Nobundo, we probably would have been in a fine position. It doesn't. I mean, it would have made it where we couldn't like easily cast another card that isn't Shaladrassil. The nice thing is with this deck is we have a lot of draw power, and a lot of the draw power either just gets us to the combo pieces, or like gives us additional removal tools. Perfect. Thank you very much. 50-50 shot of getting Shutter Block there. Glad that it didn't. I mean, technically, again, we don't really. Oh, Jim, buddy. We could launch this. Next turn, we'll use Jim. I like, this is a big minion, all right? And we can use Shutter Block, use Jim, get like 3 there. Shutter Block again might be a Woodmore card in this list, because technically I don't think we need a Shutter Block. It's cool for Jim, and it gives us an alternate win condition of our main win condition. Ironically enough, the more normal-ish win condition, but the funny thing is the leeches will take HP from the minions before it'll get to our hero here. Oh, I mean, you know, that's fine. That's okay. That could be a lot worse. We'll gain a bajillion armor. That's all that matters, right? Okay, let's get rid of as many minions as possible. Actually, we might want to triangulate first. Oh, Molten Magma is good. Okay. We can clear basically everything here. And then we might as well use Jim. Next turn we'll do combo, and then just hope we draw into exactly one of the transfer students. Or not transfer students. I mean, it's a retrain of transfer student, but scrapbooking student, right? That's the name of the card. Doesn't matter how much HP you got there, bud. Oh, it's time for this loop to begin. Actually, we do technically need like 2 AoEs here. I guess we could shuffle. Thank God, that's going to look bad, but yeah, we'll probably use Ceaseless Expanse here. Okay, so there's our Endless Shaladrassills. Do the 5 damage to everything. I really don't want to take 10 damage to face, if possible. Slam down the second starport. Also, as we were talking about, like, why I went with this package compared to anything else, technically speaking, this package it does make the scrapbooking students online before the combo, making it less of a dead draw. You're probably never going to want to copy Starport, but it is what it is. Okay, Corpse Explosion. That kind of sucks, but it's still fine. Draw 2. We do have the AoE. We actually haven't used our hero power this entire game. That's kind of funny. Though, we're running out of, like, HP, which is a little bit of a problem. Just a teeny bit of a problem. Is there any way for me to get, like, more space for this? There isn't really. Okay, we use 1. Gives us everything in hand. I wish there was a heal in this hand. But sadly there isn't. 5 damage to everything. Let's just pass it for now. There's the Ceaseless. Okay. Oh. 2 HP. Oh no. Please tell me I'm not going to lose this game because of random RNG. Okay, that could be bad. The reason I say that's bad is, like, we could see them randomly generate another husk, and that would be the end of the game. Okay. We just got to make sure we have, like, 1 charge left at all times. And I really, again, don't want to use the Ceaseless, but, like, or, bounce the Ceaseless back into the deck, but we might end up having to. We can do 5 damage to everything. We could bounce, right? Bounce feels bad, though. Bounce feels really, really bad. I think we do bounce it. And then just slam down a Drake to get it out of our hand for now. Actually, no, let's hero power. Just because we can. Because they're going to eventually slam down Ceaseless again. Oh, and I guess they didn't transform. They drew into Ceaseless there, right? Okay, they're really searching for Husk. Like, that's the way we stay alive, is, like, we get lucky enough where it goes after our Marines before it goes after our hero. No, I will say this. We got the loop going, and it's only like 2 games into testing, so, you know, I can't complain about that. Okay, let's launch it. Please give me... Poisonous isn't what I wanted. I was really hoping for life still. Really, really hoping for life still. Okay, I guess we'll buff those up, and then we'll grab the student for later, and then we'll just keep looping it. We only have so many cards left in the deck, so it's not like we can't not loop it. Okay, so they can't hit our hero, which is good. I'm assuming they have probably a Corpse Explosion in their deck, plus a Ceaseless. Oh, please, don't get more random generations. I really would prefer you not to. Well, there's the Ceaseless, which is kind of fine for us. Actually, okay, so the play would be... Oh, because we're at 15 mana. Alright, let's slam this down. Then if we waste as many cards as humanly possible here... Slam down, Laughing. This will give us an AoE. We've got Scrapbooking to get another copy. The loop will just keep on continuing. I actually probably should have kept the dragon there. Oh, wait, never mind. different 0 mana spell. Okay, just empty out the board a little bit more. Yeah! AoE the board. Pass it. I'm trying to keep some of the buffs just in case for later. I have a sneaking suspicion that they will be able to randomly generate, like, some type of hard removal, and I would prefer not to deal with that. Yep. That. Well, I guess we could have, like, probably put the dragon above. Oh, no. No, we wouldn't have been able to do it this turn. Living on 2 HP in a dream, I guess. Might as well get in our copy. Bounce this back to the deck. But now I'm done. Down another dragon for later. Use one of the lenses. We probably are going to end up bouncing back. We do have to bounce something back, right? Getting rid of the no muncher for a turn. Might as well put down some more minions just in case, too. 1-1's not going to be the matter of life or not, right? Okay, they have one final shot. Hero power. Please do not give them what they need. Please. Wait, I'd say they have one more shot, but they might actually have more than one shot. How much damage do we have on board? 6 plus 6, 18. Oof. Oh, that could be bad. Okay, that's not as bad as I expected it to be, but that's still kind of bad. Okay, so AoE to everything. Put down the dragon. We're at 7. Yeah, might as well do it like this. Got their dragon, just in case. Then there's pass. I don't think they got game here. One more shot of getting what they need. Please do not give what they need. I'm begging you, game. I'm begging you. Oh, thank you. Also, a card that I forgot they made, but is definitely a card that I need to make use of. Okay, Priest. I almost forgot to hit record. It was just the Mulligan, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, they're playing Ysera, so it's Zarimi. Honestly, I think we probably should run Dirty Rat. I haven't added Dirty Rat to the list, but if Zarimi Priest becomes as prevalent as I think it is about to become... Oh, it's Imbue. Interesting. Never mind then. Carry on. Alright, let's just hex that. I guess actually Zarimi could also be running the imbued cards, thinking about it. Okay, prize vendor. Interesting. It's so funny to me that there are multiple decks running prize vendor now because it is just like a good 2-drop that draws 2 cards. Sure, it draws 2 cards for both players, but like if you're playing aggro, that doesn't really matter in most cases. Do we want to lift off here? I think we just want to pop the Divine Shield. And slam down the Starport. Yeah, there's one wing. Into scaled replica. Okay. So yeah, it's some weird imbue. To be fair, like, this is the day after balancing changes. So if you're watching this like a week in advance, or a week later, I hope you all are having fun. This was a deck that I wanted to do right away, but I figured it would be better to like focus on a deck that actually got buffed. So I'm assuming it would be Imbue Druid is the video before this. Okay, there's the coin. Into Dreadwing. Okay, so we have the other Hex in hand. But we can lift off. Why not, right? I was really kind of hoping for the lock-on, but that's fine. Jim's actually pretty good. Blazing, what can we grab with? Ooh, Mauler could be decent. And we're just going to go face. Okay, Blessing of the Moon. Hot Coals, feeling pretty hot about themselves, I guess. Shadows. Okay. Do I really want to use a Hex on a 6/6? Don't think we need it, though, is the problem. How do I want to do this? You could put down the Mauler just to put it in the deck. I guess we do want to Hex this. Yeah, it feels a little bit of voice, but it is what it is. It does clear out the board and get our Starship a little bit bigger, which is decent. We also actually have Shaladrassil in hand, so we were going to want to launch the spaceship or Starship as quickly as possible. Just to get it, like, online. Okay, prize vendor into the asteroid. Come on. It would have been funny if it hit the other minion, but that's okay, too. Okay. Let's go bird watching. I'll launch the Starship. Ooh. It has to be Shutter Block, right? Like, normally I would want to grab our Nobundo, but, like, that's a hard choice. The triple Gym could be really, really nice. Buy all the shelves. Is that going to be enough damage? Oh, please don't get another AoE, please. Get anything besides an AoE here. Ah! Well, we can survive a turn, right? If I do the Gym play next turn instead of this turn. So no Turbula and then do this. I guess we could have actually done that in the reverse order and then got like triple buffed on the battle cries, but this is just better, I think, in the long run. The wider board isn't going to stop them from beating our face in. Okay. So they are running the Curator. Interesting. Like, that's what I would have assumed, given, like, the other cards that they played throughout this game, I guess. Okay, is there a way for no, there isn't a way for us to get rid of all the minions. At most, we're getting 2, right? We're not going to get 3. Okay. Let's put some taunts between them and us. It's time to roll out. Might as well grab our combo piece, go face, and hopefully this is enough to prevent them from winning the game next turn. Oh no. Oh, please no. Oh, game. I don't ask for much, but can you please make that Briar Thorn be a thorn in their side and hit into the poisonous Starship? Let's go! Okay. That might be game. That is probably just GG, right? Unless they randomly generate a bunch of stuff here. Come on, don't generate anything good. Come on. I'm almost out of cards. Let's go. All right, now that we're through the games, let's discuss my final thoughts of the deck. So I played 20 games with the deck, ended up with a 50% win rate, which actually shocked me. It turns out the Terran cards, even though they've been nerfed, are quite strong to this day, making it where you can easily have an alternate win condition if you don't pull off the infinite combo. Overall, while the infinite combo is a little bit of a meme, I do think it has a lot of potential because not a lot of classes right now can actually deal with it. It's a lot of advantage every single turn, and allows you to overwhelm your opponent pretty quickly unless they're playing Kill Jaden, where you might struggle to remove the minions on board. But overall, though, Dirty Rat felt like a good counter for the pesky Zarimi decks floating around, and it feels decent in most matchups. If you're looking for something a little bit fun to use Shaladrassil in, this is a great opportunity to do so. It doesn't require too many weird cards to craft it. Now, like always, if you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, subscribe. Until next time, bye-bye.